Green Up Day is returning to Vermont on Saturday, May 1st, and several local communities are gearing up for the annual cleanup of a winter's worth and more of roadside trash and litter. Last year, the 50th anniversary of the start of the now annual event was, of course, a little different. The COVID-19 pandemic, then still in its early stages, forced a postponement until early June, but dedicated community volunteers still got out there. This year, the 51st consecutive year of the event, is going back to its usual first Saturday in May. Jeff Dexter is helping organize Sunderland's Green Up Day with the help of Isabel Iris, a local resident and Burton Academy student. Sunderland is one of 6 towns around the state taking part in a new mentorship program designed to attract younger Vermonters into taking part in Green Up Day. We met up with Isabel and Jeff at the Sunderland Town Hall, where they'll be handing out the trademark green bags to those willing to help on Saturday, May 1st.
So Saturday, May 1st, we'll be meeting at 8:30 a.m. at the Sunderland Town Hall. You can pick up your bags, and if you haven't signed up for a road already, we can sign you up for a road. And if you want to do it informally, we just ask that you clean up roads around your house. We really just hope people kind of get out there and do what they can.
Absolutely. Right. I think a little less restrictive now that, thank God, we have the vaccine available, but hoping to get even more volunteers. As I said, we were happy last year to get about 30 volunteers that we knew of, because a lot of people do this on their own, which is fine. The bottom line is to keep Sunderland looking as one of the best, cleanest towns in the state, and just to be responsible for how you're interacting with other people. We expect it will probably go from, as Isabel said, from about 8:30 till noon is usually, but people can go longer. If they can't make the morning, they could do afternoon. They can also pick up the bags early at Town Hall here, and maybe leave your name just so we can put you on a mailing list so we can keep in touch with you year-round, letting you know what's going on. Because, Andrew, a lot of people, they will do this on the one day, but then they don't end. It doesn't end with that one day. Many people will say, hey, I see garbage, I see litter, I want to pick it up. It's not even on their street maybe, and they'll throw it in the back of the car and put in their recycling when they get home. Because, that's important. It one day does make a big difference around, and most importantly, we like to get young people involved. The younger the better, because once they start doing this, they'll probably take it for the rest of their life, not only cleaning up, but not littering. And that's why we're so happy to have Isabel helping me out this year. Isabel's a student at Burton, and going to try to get some of your friends involved, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, some of the
They are very into environmental studies and stuff, because we see that there are issues, and so I did invite a lot of my friends to come out, and hopefully they will. A lot of them don't live in Sunderland, so they'll probably help out in East Dorset or Manchester, but they do really see a problem, and we want to help keep our towns clean and do as much as we can.
Green Up Day takes place in all corners of the state, with over 240 towns participating and 300 schools engaged. We spoke with Kate Alberghini, the Executive Director of Vermont's Green Up Day, to get the statewide perspective.
We certainly encourage all towns to take part. We send free supplies, posters, bags, that sort of thing, and also recruiting marketing materials to all 251 cities and towns, in hopes that they will rally their townspeople to get out and clean up their roadsides. We do have volunteer town coordinators from every single city and town in Vermont. Last year, we did have a few towns opt out due to the pandemic, and they were just concerned about their safety and everyone's safety, of course, which we very much promoted and gave advice on how to green up safely with distance and masks and gloves and all of that sort of thing. So we did have some towns kind of drop off last year, but I think we ended up with 244 towns. But many of those are coming back. We are not out of the woods yet. Unfortunately, that means we are still not promoting the celebratory pieces of Green Up Day, which generally happen. The town centers having tables and face painting and really that celebratory part of Green Up Day, and the community coming out to clean up their neighborhoods. People are anxious to get back to that, but they are also still respectful that we aren't quite out of the woods yet.
So Vermont is kind of unique, I guess, among the 50 states in having a Green Up Day. It sounds like this is something that's sort of unique to our state and not really replicated in other places. Is that the case?
That's very true. We were the very first state to do something like this. Back in 1969, it was an idea of a Burlington Free Press reporter, Bob Babcock, that he brought to the governor, and the governor wanted a full year to plan it and launched the idea of having the first Green Up Day on April 18th in 1970. And so that is actually earlier than our first Earth Day, which is kind of unique in and of itself. But we, as a state, we are small enough, and I think we're prideful enough in the beauty of our state that we want to keep this going. And that pride of Vermonters and the dependency on people wanting to visit our beautiful state and our outdoor recreation has really prolonged and made Green Up Day sustainable for all of these years.
So if you're ready to spend part of a Saturday morning cleaning up the roadside trash that accumulated since last year, check in at the Green Up Day website at greenupvermont.org, where you can find contact information for your local town organizers and find out where to show up on Saturday, May 1st. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.